Hello, my name is Amy. Welcome back to your mat. Welcome to your practice. This flow is inspired by the summer solstice and also International Day of Yoga. So I thought we'd celebrate the two things together. We're going to do a short flow that's going to kind of simulate the morning to evening. So we're going to start with a nice warm up to get us going, a little flow for like the heat of the day, and then a nice little cool down to simulate kind of the evening time. So we'll get started right away. No props are needed. We're going to start seated. I have my right shin in front of my left, and we're simply going to bring the arms out to the side, inhale and bring them up overhead, and then exhale, twist to the right, stay for a breath, exhale there, and inhale, rise your arms up overhead, and exhale to the left, stay there for a breath, and then same thing, inhale, rise your arms up overhead, and now we're going to exhale to the right, and we're going to stay this time. And then just what we're going to do with our head is turn our head the opposite, so over the left, looking over that left shoulder. So we're just simulating kind of that morning time of waking up, stretching our body, getting it warmed up for the day. Get a nice little neck stretch here. And then go ahead and release, come back to center. Switch the cross of your legs, and we'll do that all over again, but to the left. So we're going to start with the warm up first. So the inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale to the left. Inhale, bring it all the way back up to center. Exhale to the right. We're going faster here. And then inhale all the way back up to the center. Arms up, and then exhale to twist to your left and stay now. And this time, go ahead and take your head and look forward. So now, or over to your right shoulder, I should say. So we're going to open up that left side of the neck there. And then release all of that. And then from here, you're going to fold forward just briefly. And we're going to come up into cat and cow. So go ahead and come up to all fours, however you'd like to. And just go through a couple of rounds of cat-cow on your own. Arching the spine and then rounding the back. Come back to a neutral spine. And now we're going to move into a little bit more movement here. So go ahead and stretch that right foot all the way back. Going to get a nice little calf stretch there. And then we're going to simulate more of our middle of the day or the high noon or the high peak of the day. We're going to bring that right foot forward. And then you're going to go ahead and come into a nice low lunge here. So bend deeply into that. And I've got both of my hands on the inside of my right foot. And then from there, I want you to tuck your back toes. Lift that back knee. We're going to stay like we are right now. We're just going to stay here and rock back and forth a little bit, kind of warming up a little bit through the hips there. And then we're going to build some heat with this next pose. All of these actually will probably build a little bit of heat, but this next one will even more. So go ahead and step that the left foot forward. And now you're in a wider stance here, but instead of coming all the way up, we're going to stay low into this nice little squat. So we're going to stay upright. We're not going to go really low in the squat. But go to where you feel best. So if you want to be more upright or more further up, you can. You can dip a little lower if you like. But we're going to stay here and breathe through this. So you're going to feel your quads, your legs. Things are firing up here. We're going to have a little bit of fire going here, a little bit of heat building. So go ahead and stay here for a few more breaths. Again, think of like the heat of the day, midday, and the sun is really beating down on you. We're kind of thinking of that right now, especially summer solstice, the longest daylight day of the year. And then go ahead and fold forward, release that, straighten out your legs. Feels good just to release that, doesn't it? Makes you realize how much you love this pose when you get out of pose like that. And then we're going to inhale and look forward, straight back. And then we're going to come back. We're not going to do the other side just yet. So come back with that left foot. Stay higher up. Stay higher up on your hands here. And again, rock back and forth before we drop that knee back down and come back to where we started from. Look forward there. And then come back into your cat-cow. Let's just do one round of cat-cow there to kind of rinse out before we go to the other side so you know where we're going now. And then from there, stretch the left foot back. We're going to get that calf opening there. And then you're going to step that left foot forward. Come into that low lunge. Lean forward here, and both of your hands are on the inside of that left foot. Look forward. Breathe there. Tuck those back toes. Lift that back knee. And again, just rock back and forth here a little bit. You know where we're going, so we're going to that heated pose yet once more. And I am recording the Indianapolis area in a residential neighborhood, and you probably can hear there's some kids playing in the pool next door, so apologize for any extra noise, but it's kind of how it goes when you're in a residential neighborhood. And then go ahead and step forward, go to heated pose here. Go ahead and bring that right foot forward. Go ahead and come into whatever level squat you want to be in. I've got my elbows on my knees here as my support. You can take those off if you want to really step up the heat a bit. Breathe here. We won't stay long, but just get a little bit of heat building in those legs. And we got a wider stance here too that we're working with today, just to mix things up a bit. Another breath, inhale. Exhale and fold forward, straighten out those legs. Release all of that. Feels so good to get that straight legs again. Then inhale and look forward. And then now we're gonna step the right foot back. Keep the knee up initially. A couple more bounces here if you like those, going forward and back. Before we're gonna drop that back knee down. Untuck those back toes. You're in that low lunge again. And then this time we're gonna step back into a nice down dog. So we're just gonna release everything there before we come down on the mat to cool down, to move into our winding down phase. So now we're gonna step that right leg forward into pigeon. If pigeon does not work for you, you are always welcome to come into deer pose. So you could come into more like this kind of configuration where your legs are bent, okay? So you decide, I'm gonna come into pigeon because pigeon works for me and I love it. Now, we are coming down into the more of the wind down portion of the class. However, if you're doing this class in the morning or even maybe in the afternoon as a pick-me-up, you could stay more upright in your pigeon or even your deer pose. But if you are looking more of a wind down, maybe for like you're doing this in the afternoon or evening, then you can come on forward and relax passively into this pose. So staying more upright is still gonna give you, we're still bringing the energy down and cooling ourselves down, but this will give you a little bit more of that yang energy, a little bit, keep that energy level up, versus this is gonna be a little bit more passive and it releases everything. So pick what works best for you. If you do this class different times of the day, you may pick a different version. We're just gonna stay for a couple breaths. We're not gonna stay very long. I'm trying to keep this one as a short class, but one you can fit into your day, but whatever time of day you decide to fit it in. And then I want you to take that left leg and swing it around, bring it all the way forward, straight out in front of you. And now my right foot is gonna be on my left thigh. So here we've got a nice kind of tree pose, but seated. Inhale, get tall, and then fold forward over that left leg, any amount. Whatever feels best for you today. We're just releasing the back side of the legs here. One more inhale and exhale. And then come all the way up, and then however you want to make your way into the second side. So you can bend that left knee, shoot that right knee back, or you can bring that right knee more into that deer pose if you like, whatever is gonna work better for you here, for your pigeon, your version of pigeon. And then you can either stay more upright in a nice, more active version, or you can bend forward. You can do that same thing in deer, so I'll demonstrate that for you. So if you are in the deer pose, you can stay more upright, or you can fold forward. So you have options. I like the folding forward passive version, but sometimes I do like to be more active. So it really depends on my mood and the day. So I will stay in pigeon more active while we take a couple breaths here, breathing in and out through the nose. So I really do love, obviously I'm a yoga teacher and I love yoga. So I am all very happy that there's an International Day of Yoga. That makes me smile. And this particular year, it falls on the same day as the summer solstice, which I think is fantastic. That's kind of the big marking point of the year, the longest, what we call the longest day of the year with the amount of sunlight. All right, and then go ahead and swing that right leg forward and come into sitting, I'll call it sitting tree pose. So you've got your left foot is up against your right thigh. Inhale, get tall. And we're going to fold directly over the right leg here. Give that a nice opening. So it's kind of a nice little culmination of both celebration of the practice of yoga, which has so many benefits, and absolutely love it, of course. It's why I do what I do. And also celebrating that warming, heating energy, if you're in the northern hemisphere, that is. Got the long day of the year moving into our summertime. And then inhale and come back up, and then make your way to on your back. So however you want to do that, we're going to do one last pose here. We're going to come into a nice supine twist on each side just to round it all out and finish up. So again, if you think about how you would be winding down for the day before you're going to go to bed, this could be a great pose to do before you go to bed. So hug your knees into your chest. We're going to stay here for just a moment. Rocking side to side here. And then exhale and go ahead and bring the knees over to your right, your left arm out to your left, and look over to your left. So as I always say with a lot of these classes, you always have the option to, like that middle portion, that little flow that we did was short and sweet, but you could repeat that a few rounds. So if you wanted to make this a little longer class. I find that for the YouTube classes, it's kind of nice for classes here to keep them a little bit shorter. It seems to be what's most well received, especially when people are looking for a quick little boost for the day. So go ahead and inhale and bring your knees into your chest. Hug them again. Give yourself a nice little walk back into side to side here before we go to the other side. And then exhale, bring the knees over to the left and your right arm out to the right and look over to the right. So this class was inspired again by the idea of morning into the evening. So we start out kind of warming up a little bit, we move a little bit, and then we're unwinding a bit. The phases of the day. Inhale there, another breath. And then exhale, bring your knees into your chest. And I'm gonna suggest, if you have the time, to go ahead and stretch your body out into shavasana. So go ahead and really stretch yourself out. Actually, let's all do that because we're gonna stay here for about 30 seconds, all of us are. And then for those who don't have enough time to stay, I'll bring you out here in a moment. Let's all just stretch out for just a moment and really take in how do you feel after this practice? Has yoga helped you? Do you find that you feel better after even a short session of yoga? Do you look forward to your next yoga session? Ask yourself these questions. Enjoy staying there and basking in that and just really letting it seep into your body, this whole practice that we've done here. So I'm keeping this class under 15 minutes and we still have plenty of time. So for those of you that are really just like, I need to get going, I've got things I need to do, I'm gonna guide you through coming out here in a moment. For those of you that have plenty more time or you've got some time, you can just stay in shavasana, stay there, please, ignore my cues. For those that need to move on, we're gonna move on in just a moment. I want you to take another deep inhale through your nose and sigh it all out, a nice exhale out. Don't let all of that go. I want you to hug your knees into your chest, roll over to one side, and push yourself back up. It's nice to come back very, with awareness and slowly, instead of just abruptly just jumping out. It's nice to kind of ease your way back into your day and off your mat. So thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, I hope this was helpful.